Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second game about Jooby versus Matt. We have seen in the first game that Matt won with a 4-gate push versus Jooby, and he is spawning in the top position at 2 o'clock, or will it be 1:30? I don't know, but give it up for Matt. And in the other corner, the Blue Terran. At the 11 or 10:30 position, we got CYT, aka CYTJooby.
Very nice introductions there, OD.
Thanks.
And yeah, we saw Matt going for a mad 4-gate push. Well, I guess it's an old 4-gate push. But yeah, it was very effective, and especially since I think Jooby thought he held it off the first wave, it went kind of okay for him. But then Matt followed up with the second wave and even a third wave, and yeah, that's the one that really really was the final blow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure whether Jooby just didn't expect that, or yeah, I don't know. I must admit that I've died to the same thing once again.
I thought he had Jooby had a SCV, if I remember correctly, at the natural of Matt, and he saw a Nexus coming down, so he was not suspecting the second and third push. I think that was the big difference maker in that game, but I'm not sure if I remember that correctly.
Oh, but yeah, I think you're right. Actually, the SCV did see the expansion going down. Matt floating a little bit of minerals after the second push.
So Matt is on some mine tracks. Well, would you ever?
Yep, definitely mad mine tricks, and that'll be the last joke I make about the mad name, of course. But
well,
yeah.
I will continue with those jokes if I think about something.
I will also put up the production tab just as it gives a nicer view of what all the players are doing. Cybercore going down to gas again for Mad. So will he try to do the same thing? What do you think? Oh, and there the probe just
yes, good shot by a Marine. Well, would he do the same thing? I don't think so right now, because he lost his probe on the map. It's hard to proxy pylon right now, and he took his second gas before. Oh no, the second gas was not before of the cybernetic score. No, it was not. Okay, so I don't expect the same build here.
All right, maybe we'll see a starport. No, sorry, not starport, but
Stargate.
A Stargate play. I would, yeah, I would like that, because there are close positions by air, and he knows that Jooby is going for his the same build. It's a solid macro build, but it's also a build that's vulnerable to the kind of tactics that Mad employs, or at least we saw in the first game that he did the 4 warp gates. There's a robo and another gateway coming down.
Yes, Matt is stacking up like a madman.
Now you're guilty, but so let's see. Jooby again not seeing an expansion coming down, and of course that means that he is still in the dark about what's going up. But he scans, he sees all the gateways and actually also the robo facility. So that's very nice.
Petty. Yeah, that's a pity for the mind trick of Matt, because Jooby doesn't see the expansion yet.
He's also taking some precautions in taking a second bunker immediately. Well, of course he saw 3-gate, and Jooby now getting his gas, saving up for his own tech. Meanwhile, just making Marines, and those really need the protection of that bunker. So that's good. But I don't think that Matt has any intention of moving out very soon.
Well, how about a warp present place, sir?
Ah, very nice. And getting the. Do you think that's for Blink or for Zealot speed?
Well, I remember. Oh, you mean the
Twilight, yeah.
The Twilight Council, yes. I'm not quite sure yet, but I remember another match between a Protoss player and a Terran player, and the Terran player got beat bad by this warp prism play. I don't know who it was. Do you remember it, Big Bird?
I think I will remember it. Yep. It's although I think that was an even greedier play regarding the warp prism. It's a bit later than that, but yeah, this might be very nice. 3 zealots loaded up and a sentry. Not building anything at the moment though, so his money will go up.
He's going to seal the small ramp at the sentry, if you micros it correctly. But this play is quite heavy.
Oh, but look at that! The Jooby walled off most of his minerals there, so the zealots had to walk around. And well, they will get 1, 2.
Yes, and he also targets down SCVs who are building stuff. So everything is delayed right now. Maybe these marauders can take a hand, but the bunker is placed very nice, and I think this harass is over right now. But was it worth it? Let's see. It was 6 units lost for Jooby, which were 300 minerals, and 4 for Matt, which was 350. So that's 50 minerals behind. But he put on pressure and he pulled off some SCVs of the mineral line. So that's also a little win.
Yeah, I don't think it did the damage that he wanted it to do. I like the placement of these supply depots here, which forced the zealots to walk around. Of course, then the surprise effect was sort of gone, and Jooby got the time to get his army back, and he microed his marauders nicely. But of course, the real investment for Jooby is also that he built these 2 missile turrets. And meanwhile, Matt is taking an expansion. Well, I guess he could have done that, yeah, just a little bit ago when I look at his money. But all in all, I like the initiative and the play. That's nice.
Yes, and we see actually that Matt is in quite a good position, according to my opinion, because he has got a stalker at the Zelnaga Watchtower for map control, which can always he can always pull it back because it's a faster unit than the bio army of Jooby, and he also has some sentries.
Yeah, you're right. Between that warp prism and the stalker at the watchtower, that means that he's in complete map control, because if Jooby moves out, he can see it and move in with the warp prism.
Yes, and you also can use the sentries to wall off the big ramp at the natural, and that's a horrible place to engage. And meanwhile, Storm is already been researched, so we're having an army composition with speedlots, and soon there will be some High Templars. No Colossus play.
I really like the look of this. Six gates soon. And lots of upgrades going down. Jooby, yeah, falling a bit behind on his plan. I think he would have liked these manifests to be out a minute ago. And let's see if he wants to take this opportunity to go for some action. He salvages a bunker.
I think he's going to move out soon, because he's ahead in supply. I don't know if he is aware of that. But normally we see Jooby attack the Protoss at something like 10 or 11 minutes. But maybe he just decides, oh, there he goes already. Let's see if he's going to push through.
Yeah, he does decide to push. I don't like that he doesn't have his combat shield up. That I think usually you would see done, especially around the 12-minute mark. But the Stalker does go down, even though it is faster than the Bioforce, as you pointed out. This does mean, of course, that the Warp Prism again is free play in the base.
Yes, that's a clever move by Matt, and that's just, you know, trying to keep the Terran in his base. And well, I know this place. They did this kind of place also to me, and it's quite annoying because the Bio army is just standing in the middle. Maybe he's going to try a drop, I believe. The dropships are almost moving into the base. There he goes. Yes, he's trying to drop into the main base, and he's going for a double play again, where we know Jooby so well for.
Yeah, basically, it's another way of saying he does this every time. But now the Stalker is already responding, and the entire army is back. Will these medevacts go down? But then the main force is also moving up here, taking down some pilots. Can they get the probes as well, or will they snipe the Nexus? One medevac coming out, that's very nice. But and a nice storm, but the natural does go down.
Oh, that's a very good attack of Jooby. He also sniped a few pilots, I believe. And Matt is supply blocked at the moment. Let's see if he's going to use those zealots to get him back in position. Let's see, his warp present is just floating around the base. But at this moment, Matt can't do anything back because he's supply blocked. So that's a bad sign for him. So I really like this attack from Jooby. Well done.
It worked out nicely for him, and he's actually ahead in SCVs right now, 49 to 42. And of course, he got 12 of his own killed, and only managed to kill the scouting probe of Matt here. So I like his macro play, and he did.
Yes, his last attack was really what he needed, what Jooby needed.
All right. So what's his follow up now? I think he will move out again.
Coming again.
And I do like that because he needs to put on the pressure. He doesn't want this this army to become too big. Well, at least I hope he's moving out. I don't know. He's just positioning now. But he does see that the third is coming up for Matt, and I would like him to respond to that. But Matt again taking some map control, and the vision is very nice if you compare the two.
If he would move out, I would recommend him to attack the third, and this factory, which is at the third base, already has scouted the third. So he's got vision right there. And what are the warp present plans of Matt? No, nothing. That turret gets it. But maybe he can do it right here. He hasn't seen the planetary fortress, I believe. Now he does. It would be good if he pulled back those zealots and just attack the refinery at the right angle. But he's going to get some mules, very nice done. That also is getting economic damage.
Yeah, that's true, although it's always...
Oh, the warp present goes down, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I heard it go down. But with killing mules is always a bit of a gamble, because you don't know, maybe if you leave them alone they will fall apart all of their own accord after a while, of course. Because you can't see whether they just dropped, then it's very good to kill them, or if they have been there for a long time, in which case it's not so tempting.
Yes, and meanwhile Matt is getting a big behind in supply. His army is very, very small.
But let's see if he can make up for that with his storms. That's definitely what he will need
right now.
And actually Jooby not responding, now there his army comes into play. A nice storm there, and there is such a clutter here of units, and they all move into the storms. And a nice EMP though on all that's clumped up Templar. Wow. And now, Jooby, they weren't that done with the storms, but now I think they are, and they need to go back. And if Jooby recognizes this, then he can get all these high Templar. And there's one more storm going down.
Yes, he lost like something like 15 supply towards 30, so it was a big win from Matt, but he needs a bigger army to hold. And he's also floating manual, so he could warp in zealots every 10 seconds if he wants to. So there he goes, he's going to warp in 6 more zealots. And he should do that more often, but he hasn't played for 3 weeks, so maybe he lost some feeling.
Yeah, and meanwhile I like the macro of Jooby, and that's really showing in the size of his army, and that's GG for Matt with a very nice nice game, a convincing win. Jooby takes the series to a best of 3, and yes. I'm really looking forward to this third game.
Yes, I think Matt was realizing that the supply difference was quite big because he saw his army, and this is also the type of games where you can see that continuous building is very recommended at every league, and just making a big army will will get you further.
Wise words, OD. Let's move to the third game.